everybody, and welcome to the weekly national forecast. My name is James Cuellar. I'm here with the Oklahoma Weather Lab and partners with the Southern Climate Impacts Planning Program. And some of the storylines that we're going to be following for this week, the cold air that we've been seeing this week and for the majority of the rest of the week will be on the way out by the time we get to next week. We do have a drought update for you guys, especially for you residents in South Texas, and we do have new one-month outlooks for both temperature and precipitation. Now, as we look at our temperature forecast, especially across the south, we are actually going to be looking at colder than average temperatures for the next week or so. You can see this cold front moving through the southeast. It's pretty much halfway through Georgia by the time we get to Wednesday morning. And as we go into Thursday morning, we're going to have low temperatures that are going to be well into the 30s and 20s for a wide swath of us here in the southeast. Now, we do have a slight warming trend as we go into the weekend. However, most of us will be staying below average. And that is exactly why whenever we look at our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we do have a very high chance of those below average temperatures across the southeast. Most of us across the eastern part of the country will see those below average temperatures, whereas in the western part of the country, we will actually be seeing above average temperatures as we have persistent ridging that's going to be moving in and within this time frame. Now, as we look at our precipitation outlook over the next 6 to 10 days, much of the center part of the country will be seeing those above precipitation values for the next week or so. Now, as we look at the west coast, we have split flow in the Pacific, so we actually won't be seeing a whole lot of rain, especially in California, over the next 6 to 10 days, and across the immediate east coast, we will not be seeing a whole lot of precipitation either. Now, as we go to our 8 to 14 day time frame, a lot of us will be seeing those above average temperatures. It's a huge pattern shift from what we saw last week, where a lot of us were seeing below average temperatures. We're going to have very persistent ridging as we move into next week, so that's why we will be seeing these above average temperatures. Now, as we go to our precipitation outlook, most of us will likely be seeing above average precipitation, with the exception of immediate southern Florida and also the west coast once again, as split flow doesn't really seem to be changing all that much, so we will not be seeing a whole lot of rain as we end off February. Now, as we go to our drought monitor, once again, we are focusing on California. We're seeing abnormally dry conditions and moderate drought starting to spread around a little bit. This drought in the Four Corners region really hasn't changed all that much within the last week or so. Our main focus is actually going to be southern Texas, where we've seen an expansion of extreme drought, especially across the southern part of the state, in and around San Antonio and Houston. So we are definitely on the lookout for a little bit more rain here as we go into the next couple of weeks. Now, for our new one-month temperature outlooks, a lot of us will be seeing below average temperatures, particularly across the southern and southeastern portions of the country, whereas in the southwest and west coast, we will be seeing those above average temperatures more than likely. And as we go to our precipitation outlook for the next month or so, a lot of us will actually be at about average. Center part of the country will likely be seeing some below average precipitation, as well as the northwest and west coast. Those of us in the southeast will continue to have above average precipitation. We've seen a lot of rain here in the southeast, and we're only going to be seeing more as we move into spring. And that is it for this climate podcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube to watch our videos every single Monday. Have a great week, you guys.